Contact departure approach on 118.5.
Eurowing 73 Victor, Madrid Control, expect the VLN-1. Arrival for the ILS runway 13 into Malaga VLN. I'll have your descent in 20 minutes. Let me know if you want to descend sooner.
Latam Brasil 3121, autorizado para pushback e acionamento. Informe quando estiver pronto para táxi.
Citation 623 Quebec, Sierra, Buffalo, Niagara ground. Just a heads up, the fuel truck is en route to you now.
Airbus November 93, contact departure on 123.905.
Turkish 7, Lima Foxtrot, Istanbul Tower. Wind 055 at 12. Runway 35 right, cleared to land.
Piper 311, runway 9er left, winds 345 at 9er, cleared for takeoff.
Comanche Alpha, Hotel Juliet, runway 26 is free.
Kodiak 2433, Papa Atlanta approach. Go ahead and reach out to Atlanta Center on 134.5. They'll take it from there.
I am working on that clearance. Stand by.
Southwest 295, proceed direct Huxar. Descend and maintain 5,000. Altimeter 29.85 until a...
Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to another Thursday. This is awesome to have you guys here. I'm constantly surprised at how many times I hear people say, "Oh, I rearranged my schedule to watch this," and I love it. Thank you. It means a lot to me. I do have to laugh though, because the beauty of modern media like this is that you don't have to do that. You can watch it later. But I love that you guys love to participate live. It means the world to me. These are a reasonable amount of work to put together every week, but I do look forward to them and the chance to interact and see you guys' reaction to the things that we're working on. Give you guys a chance to yell at me if we're not working on the right things. All the good stuff. A couple ground rules as we get started here. If you've never joined us before, welcome. The biggest thing is that if you need support, if there's something that you need help with, if something's not working quite right, please jump into our Discord. We're happy to give you a hand. But hopefully you can understand why providing tech support over this particular medium is a little bit more difficult. One of these days we should do it. We should just do a live cast tech support session and just everybody can watch and be bored out of their minds. But until that day is not today. So let's dive right in here, guys. It's December, and that means we're all crazy busy. But we are in a unique situation here at SayIntentions, and especially, this group, everybody here. We all have two things in common, and I think we can all agree on this. The first one is we're all very passionate about aviation. Nobody is using SayIntentions who's not passionate about aviation and even the flight sim hobby, if that's, where you want to narrow your niche down to, that's great. But we're all very passionate about this, right? The second thing is we all want to make the world a better place. And, December is a wonderful time, I think, for us to sort of reflect on that. And, there's a lot of charities out there that, feed themselves for the entire year based on the stuff that happens to them in December, because December is when everybody sort of opens their wallets and their hearts and their minds go out a little bit instead of being so focused inwards. I don't think any of that is a bad thing at all. If you have feature requests or support, drop them in here. I'll get to them as soon as we're done here. This is the time when we're focusing on a lot of people. This is sort of the one time a year where we make the time and go to the effort of focusing, outward and you finding opportunities to make the world a better place. Well, this is no exception. At SayIntentions, I feel like, we're roughly coming up on our 1 year mark. Our birthday will be, like 35 days from now or something like that. We're getting really close to that 1 year mark, which is really, really cool. But, there's no question that we've been blessed, that we've had a wonderful year thanks to you guys. And we thought it might be fun to, take a minute and maybe take some of what has made this such a wonderful community and project that somewhere that we can get a little more return, where we can make the world a better place. So let's talk about that for a minute, because right now I want to announce a partnership with a wonderful charity called Challenge Air. And I wanted to do this because I want to show you guys, I want to make the pitch to you guys that I feel like we should be supporting the mission of this organization. Take a look at this video, and then after the video's over, I've actually got April from Challenge Air who's going to join us and talk a little bit about what they're doing. But I thought, we could use this as an opportunity for me to reach out to you guys to see if we can all agree that this is an organization worthy of our support, worthy of that outward expression of thanks and giving that is such a big part of the holiday season. Take a look at this. Tell me what you think, and then we're gonna have April on to talk about it.
My name is Sonny Friedman, and I've been asked to tell you about Rick Amber, our friend and the founder of Challenge Air for Kids and Friends. Born in Dallas, Texas, Rick attended Hillcrest High School and then on to the U.S. Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland. After Annapolis, Rick got his dream of flying fighter jets off of the deck of aircraft carriers going twice the speed of sound in the F-8 Crusader. That's 1,500 miles an hour. Just like the guys in the Top Gun movie, Rick was loving life. His call sign was Bear. Returning from his 109th mission in Vietnam, a lot of bad things went wrong, and Rick's jet crashed into the back of the carrier instead of landing on the top of the carrier. The plane exploded. Rick ejected through the fireball. He survived the crash and the ejection, but broke his back just below the neck, leaving him paralyzed from the chest down and in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. Rick was still Rick, the Top Gun Navy fighter pilot, only at an altitude of 3 feet instead of 30,000 feet. His can-do attitude and his aggressively competitive nature never changed. Rick was ranked number 2 in the world in wheelchair tennis. He played and beat the number 1 ranked player, Randy Snow, and said that he would never play singles with him again. I beat Randy Snow. They were good friends and competed in doubles as the team to beat. That never happened. Rick also played in the Wheelchair Olympics. Fast forward to 1992, Rick was teaching a group of kids in wheelchairs, aptly named Winners on Wheels, to play tennis from wheelchairs. Rick had gotten back into aviation and received his private pilot, his commercial, his instrument, his certified flight instructor, and even his air transport pilot licenses. Now, pilots always want every non-pilot to experience the thrill of flight. He asked the parents of the kids if he could take the kids up in a rented Cessna. And I guess they trusted him because they let him do it. At altitude, he asked the kid in the front if he wanted to take the controls and fly the plane. Sure. Back on the ground, Rick noticed a much different kid. Excited, proud of his accomplishment, more self-assured, can-do, yes, all of these. The experience generated the idea of using the airplane as a motivational tool. Yes, the idea for Challenge Air for Kids and Friends was born that day. Rick went home, and I got a phone call, and he said, "We are going to buy an airplane tomorrow," and he needed me to go with him. I made sure that he knew that I would love to go with him, but I was leaving my checkbook at home. That was the beginning of what we have today. At the Oshkosh Air Venture in 1996, Rick was given the Humanitarian of the Year Award for Challenge Air. The award was presented by General Chuck Yeager, the first man to break the sound barrier and an icon in aviation. Rick had asked me to go, but you know how it is. I was busy with life, family, and business. How could I know that this was to be Rick's last year on Earth? I did get to talk to General Yeager. Rick called me after the ceremony and put him on the phone. Me talking to General Chuck Yeager. He made a joke about, in the bars, no women would talk to him when Rick was around. And of course, we all laughed. He also told me that I would be buying the beer whenever we got to meet in person. Yeah, fighter pilots. They're all the same. Rick took the Cessna to Oregon from Oshkosh to do 2 fly days. At the end of the second day, euphoric as always about how great the kids were, they talked him into a tandem parachute jump. Strapped to an instructor with his legs below the instructor's legs and with a video guy to film it, they jumped. The circle of people on the ground who were to catch Rick so he did not hit and break something like a leg allowed them to make a perfect landing in the middle of the circle. Feeling nothing below his back injury, he returned to his hotel and discovered that he had, in fact, broken his leg. Off to the hospital, from which he left in a huge leg cast. He asked himself, how am I going to get me and the Cessna home to Dallas? So I get another phone call, and I flew to Oregon the next day. It took 2 days to fly the little Cessna back to Dallas, and as always, we loved flying that little plane. In September of 1996, they took the cast off and noted a blood clot in the leg. A sonogram showed a sizable growth inside his bladder as well. It was cancer, and the chemo didn't get it, and we lost him the following April of 1997. But not before forming a plan and recruiting a board of trustees for the continuation of Challenge Air. So here we are, 27 plus years later, and over 36,000 flights for very special kids. Thank you, Rick, for what you have done for all of us. We miss you.
All right. I love this. Hang on a second. Let me get my camera back into the front of the picture here. Wonderful story about where this started, and who the person was that sort of inspired, this organization to do what they do. But to give it to us in just a little bit more detail, I'd like to bring on April from Challenge Air. Let me get this up to the front. April, you're on. You're live. Say hello to everybody. Oh, let me make sure I move the right window around here. 1 second. So glad to have you. So glad you decided to join us. Tell us a little bit about Challenge Air. I think we got a good view for who the founder is and where the story sort of came from. What do you guys do?
So our major focus is on allowing kids the opportunity to have special needs to fly an airplane. So our biggest deal is we host what's called a fly day, and we get a local airport and local committee from that city to raise money, to get pilots to donate their time, to recruit kids. And we just go out to the airport and we play all day. So the pilots get to take these kids up in the air and actually let them try to fly the airplane. So we'll have between 15 to 20 volunteer pilots, and we'll fly about 100 kids and their families with special needs that day.
So these are special needs kids. They show up at the airport on the the day that you guys organize, and your pilots, they take them up and fly them around. And I guess it sounds like the highlight of the event is when the pilot looks at the kid and says, "You want to fly for a minute, right?" Is that yeah, right. Really cool. Really cool. And by the way, nobody will understand that better than, our customers. We've all had that moment. Most of us have been in real airplanes and, had that moment where you're cruising along and the pilot says, "Can you take over?" And I think I love the reason for that confidence that inspires is crazy. Even in a grown up, you're like, really? You're going to let me do this? Right? Like, so what's the impact on the kids?
So it's amazing. I have so many stories. I've been serving as the executive director for 14 years. And so that means I've probably done about 200 of these events. So I've seen lots of kids go through the process. And when they get to the airport, most of them are pretty shy and timid and not real sure about what they're about to do. And when they go out to the airplane, they go out via a red carpet with cheerleaders lined up on both sides. And so it's a real enthusiastic moment for them. So they get to get in the airplane. The parent has to go with them for protection, just for everybody involved. Sure. And they can bring a sibling or a friend.
Now they make the parent ride in the back, right? I hope.
Make the parent ride in the back.
That's perfect. That's where the parents belong.
Yeah, unless they decide that the kids shouldn't be in the front. There's some kids that should be in the front.
Yeah.
They actually go up in the air and then they land. And when they unload from the airplane, the pilot has a pin on his shirt that he takes off of his shirt and pins the new Challenge Air co-pilot, and they get a certificate that says, "Congratulations, now you're a co-pilot for Challenge Air." And when they come
Wow.
back in, they come back in the red carpet, and they are so excited. They're high-fiving everybody just from that 1 20-minute experience.
That
So
is so cool. Now, you guys need support from a lot of different angles. I imagine taking a bunch of kids, flying is not cheap, but you get volunteer pilots, right? So
right,
people donate their time
right.
to
It's
take these
really
kids up,
cool.
which is very cool.
Yep.
And then, of course, the fuel is not cheap. As we all know, that's why we're flight simmers.
Yeah.
But no, we got a lot of customers who are either student pilots, current pilots, former pilots, and and a lot of aspiring pilots as well. So we totally get it. So cities are you doing next year? You
So we
travel
have
around the
10 cities,
country, right?
and I have 2 part-time people that help me with the programming and pilot recruitment, and that's it. I mean, it's a pretty lean machine. So we go from Spokane, Washington, to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and in between. So we probably have 7 or 8 cities we go back to every year, and then each year we add, or some cities only want to host an event every other year. It costs us between $25,000 and $30,000 for each event.
Okay,
And
so
the local community, we ask the local community to help raise that money.
I love this. So okay, so you're going around the country, you're organizing these events. The special needs kids are there. You've got volunteer pilots. You've got obviously airplanes that are being made available to you. This is very expensive. But one of the things that stood out to me, and you mentioned it a minute ago, which is this is not one of those organizations. You're a 501c3, but this is not one of those 501c3s where tons of people are making tons of money on the payroll. And there's not much left that actually makes it out the door to the charity. This really stood out to me, by the way. You're right. You guys are very lean. This is, in my opinion, this is exactly the kind of organization that I like. And by the way, one of the things that I love about Challenge Air, and one of the reasons that it did not take me long to get behind this mission, I have a special needs daughter as well. She's 13 years old. She's autistic. And as I think about, what something like this would do for her, I get it. Like instantly it was like, oh my gosh, I see what these guys are doing. So what we're doing, folks, is with Challenge Air, we're going to, well, I'll explain it in a second, but we're going to help you guys out this holiday season. We fun. Have our customers are incredible. We've got the most incredible, passionate, down to earth, caring, wonderful people that that are in our community, and I think we're going to be able to do some big things for you. First of all, SayIntentions is going to match all of the donations up to the first $500. So we're going to get you a minimum of $1,000, but I suspect we're going to go significantly more than that for you. So that's the first thing, and then I'll talk more about what we're doing. We've got some things that go along with that. Is there anything else you want to tell us about what you're doing or the impact that it's having?
So,
you probably got a million things to talk about here, but go ahead.
So I want to share a couple of stories with you. The kids that participated between the ages 7 and 21, so they're school age, ready to learn new things. But we've had several kids that were nonverbal, and the parents were like, don't worry if they don't talk, because they're nonverbal. They're 7, 8 years old. They've never said a word, and they get on the airplane, and the parents hear, "Mommy, I fly plane," on the headset.
Holy moly!
Now,
imagine for a second if you were the parent in that situation, and all of a sudden, you're hearing that.
The parents, like, they get off the plane, they were crying. I'm like, "What's going on?" They're like, they just spoke their first words on that airplane. I'm like,
wow.
Oh. So we give high fives. We've had kids that were born, with cerebral palsy, autism, several things, and the doctors told the parents, you just need to put them in a home, whatever. They're not really going to amount to much. Well, those parents didn't want to believe that. So the boys started flying with Challenge Air when they were 6. They were twins. They were nonverbal. They didn't interact well with people. But not 18 years later. So that'd be 12 years later, after flying every year with Challenge Air, they graduated top 5% in their high school class. They played in the marching band. They both went to college, and they both have engineering degrees. And they were told they weren't ever going to amount to anything. And the parents will tell you, and we've had them speak to some of our galas, that because of Challenge Air, and Challenge Air gave them the opportunity to do something that they never thought they could do, they believed that if I can fly an airplane, I can do anything.
I do not disagree with that. I love that. This is awesome. So thank you so much. Hey,
we cannot do it without the pilots. They really make who we are. So if any of you out there happen to be in a city that we're at, we'd love to have you volunteer with us.
Well, I was just going to ask you about that. So as you're moving between these different cities, in fact, maybe you can name off the cities that you're going to be in for 2025, because we have this community here has significant aviation-related resources and may be able to get you guys some help. First of all, the first thing is, what kinds of things are you looking for besides money? We'll get you some money. Don't worry about that. We know you need that. That's the foundation for everything. But above and beyond that, what are you looking for? And what are let's start with the cities, and then maybe you can tell us what you need.
So the cities are Fort Lauderdale in January, Dallas in March, Chattanooga, Tennessee, April, Conroe, maybe April, maybe May, Sonoma County, Santa Rosa, California in May, Spokane, Washington in May, Kansas City, Missouri in September, Denver in September, Tulsa, Oklahoma in September, Lakeland, Florida in October, and McKinney, Texas in November.
So really not very many cities and not much work for you to do next year then, it sounds like.
It's just, every other day thing.
Wow. Okay. So what kinds of things, if somebody lives in one of those cities and has some research, what kinds of things are you looking for?
So obviously pilots, people that can fly the kids. We need volunteers. Every pilot has a load team of 4 people. So if we had 20 pilots, we need 80 to 100 volunteers at each event. We also have, if you know of an agency that provides a service to kids with special needs in that community, we also have opportunities for people to have a table that they can share that information, like with Down Syndrome Society or with Autism Speaks or that type of thing, Canine Companion. So we have partners that come to each of these events that provide activities for the kids while they're waiting to take their flight. So,
okay.
So we any type of word of mouth to let families that have special needs children come to our events if we're in that town as well.
Oh wow. Okay, so it's not just pilots that you're looking for. You've got all kinds of things that you need help with. So it's Challenge Air,
pilots, volunteers, families.
Okay. ChallengeAir.com, ChallengeAIR.com. You are a 501c3, which is awesome.
Yes.
And
we've been around almost 32 years.
That is amazing. All right, I love it. Thank you so much. We're gonna get we're gonna get some donations for you across all categories here, I suspect. April, thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me, Brian.
All right, thanks. Okay,
Bye-bye.
guys. Thanks, April. Moving on here.
I'm here to interrupt the live stream.
All right, hang on one sec.
Of your admin.
1 second. We are doing what now?
I'm here to interrupt your live stream with a blessing from your admin.
I don't think they can hear you, so.
All right. I'm here to interrupt the live stream for a message from your admin team.
All right.
Here to read this out loud.
Okay. All right, here we go. Apparently, I'm reading something out loud. We've got the Challenger logo here. Should I make this bigger? We'll make this bigger. So everybody say hi to Melanie there. All right, here we go. Dear Brian, that's me. As you know, some weeks ago, a member of our valued community made the suggestion of a Brian bobblehead. Given that we are a team of highly skilled professionals, we naturally took this suggestion very seriously, of course. After consulting with the true boss, Melanie, we elected to proceed with a one-off prototype which we hereby present to you for your personal enjoyment and consideration. We would like to suggest him as your new closest ally, for he shall surely nod in agreement to anything you might have to say. That I could use. More seriously, we all love working on this amazing product and appreciate all that you do for us, so we thought it was time to return the favor and provide you with a little token as a reminder. With that said, each member of the team has been given an opportunity to make a little statement of their own on this special occasion. Wow. I'm reading this live on our live stream. I like this. Oh, my goodness. This is awesome. You guys have to see this. So we got a sun issue over here, but in fact, let me see if I can reposition the camera so that you guys can actually see this. This is really cool. Gotta find an angle. Sorry, I've got a window right here in my office, and the sun comes right on the corner of my face. Right there. Look at this. This is so cool. And I love the comically large captain's hat. I think that's hilarious. Top corner, all the way at the top. Oh, there. Higher. Sorry, Melanie's holding up a thingy. There we go. Yeah, you can kind of see that. That's hilarious. All right. Thank you, you guys. I think that's awesome. Let's see. Am I supposed to read the rest of this, Melanie? Okay, yeah, I don't want to. We got important stuff to talk about here. Thanks, you guys. This is awesome. And now that I have something that will just agree with everything I say, we no longer need the admin team. I just ask this guy and we're done, right? No. This is awesome. Thanks, you guys. I appreciate that. Very nice of you. Wow, this is so cool. What a cool present to give me on the live stream here. I appreciate it. Okay, guys. We have a one more thing situation here. Let me put my video back where it goes. Oh, what a fun surprise. You guys are awesome. All right, my video back where it goes here. Let's move on here. For the Challenge Air stuff, just to sort of wrap this up, first of all, SayIntentions, we're going to match every donation up to the first $500. So that means, if you donate $10, I'm going to donate $10, or SayIntentions will. And then the really important thing is that 100% of every donation is going to go straight to Challenge Air. We're not going to take anything off the top, obviously. That would be horrible. And let me get this going here. And then if you do want to donate, again, it's SayIntentions.ai/charity. And we have two methods of donation for you. In fact, if you go there, I probably don't have the ability to pull that up in real time. You don't have one of the ornaments, do you? Probably not, huh? Okay. We're going to send you a holiday ornament to put on your tree. If you donate through the website there, we'll mail that to you. And then if you choose not to have the donation because there's shipping costs involved in the ornament, then there's another link you can click to just donate directly and not have to deal with the the shipping costs associated with the ornament. But if you want the ornament, great, fill it out. We'll mail it to you. All of the time and material and effort for the ornaments is being donated by the SayIntentions staff. So, the cost of the materials, the cost to make them, et cetera, we're donating that. And then, like I said, we'll get it to you. You can hang it on your tree. They're actually really cool. SayIntentions.ai/charity. You'll be able to see them. Yeah, they are really cool. Bang it. I wish I had a way to get that into the thing here. Maybe I do. I don't think I do. It would take me, you would sit here and watch me fumble around with this for too long. Go to SayIntentions.ai/charity. You'll see the Christmas ornament there. It's way cool. And we'd love to get these guys the support and the help that they need to further this mission. I'm very excited about what they're doing. All right. That is the SayIntentions sort of charity drive. I think I'm very excited about what we're going to be able to do for these guys, and I absolutely love the mission that they have. Let's move here to one more thing. So one of the things that I'm really excited about with, that's come to SayIntentions as a way, as a result of the growth that we've experienced over the last year, is that we can now work on lots of different projects at the same time, right? It used to be that if we wanted to get something done, it was me and my dad, right? You guys know our origin story. It was me and him, and if the two of us couldn't get it done, then it didn't get done. Well, that's changed significantly now. We have lots of resources working on lots of different tracks and projects at SayIntentions, and this is one of the awesome things about us being successful and us reinvesting the subscription fees and the money that we make back into the business. Reinvesting back into the product to make it better. This is one of the awesome things about a subscription-based business is that we can continue to reinvest every single month. We can reinvest and continue to grow and continue to get better and continue to do things that nobody else can do. It's no longer just me. It's no longer just my dad. We've got a team behind us now. So in addition to the fact that, we've got people working on traffic, both, ground traffic, en route traffic injection, et cetera, all of that proceeds no matter what. We've got people working on ATC. That's mostly me. All of that proceeds no matter what. We've got, people working on our taxi tuner. We've got people working on all kinds of things all across the board. So please don't think that just because we announce a new feature that it means we haven't been working on the other things. This is how software development organizations work. We're working on lots of things at the same time. So all of the things that we've been working on, pushback and good taxi instructions and traffic injection and all of those things continue at full speed. But we have one more thing for you because we got a little extra help from one of our other team members, Mr. Speedy Retreat, Chris. Has been pouring his heart and soul into this. And by the way, I want to say this is one of the most amazing things about the platform that we've built is that we can do projects like this. Oh my goodness, we already got our first donation. Well, they're already hitting. We've got a couple already. Oh my goodness, you guys, I love this. Wow, this is awesome. Thank you so much, you guys. Literally, my Apple Watch is like beeping on my wrist now. You guys are wonderful. Thank you. But Mr. Speedy Retreat, Chris, has been working on this, and one of the coolest things about our system here, one of the coolest things about the platform that we built, this incredible, flexible, modular AI platform, is that in many cases we can have people who are not necessarily like hardcore software engineers come in and expand and build new features, and this is a wonderful example of that. And I want to say, as you watch this, in my opinion, I could be wrong, this is right in line with, I think, the spirit of what Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 was really aiming for with their launch. Check this out. Well, let me make sure I get you some audio before I start this, because this is a really cool video. Hold on. Got to find OBS. PowerPoint. All right, here we go. Tell me what you think.
An overdue snowmobiling couple has been reported missing in the Yellowknife area. The couple was last seen heading towards Cinnamon Island about 36 hours ago. Their cell phone briefly pinged a tower in that area about 30 minutes back. Rough heading is 335, somewhere around latitude 62.51 and longitude minus 114.2755. And sir, move quick. I'm afraid they've been out there a long time.
Looking good back here, sir. We're good to go. Standing by for landing and deployment instructions. We're deploying now, Chris. We'll locate John and Emily and update you once we're ready to transport them back. 2 adult patients en route to Yellowknife Regional Hospital. Ground transport will be ready upon arrival. We're offloading John and Emily to the medical team now. Mission complete.
Copy. Mission complete. Great job, sir. And the family of the couple wanted me to pass along their thanks. I guess that makes you a hero, eh?
All right. Guys, how cool is this? All right, let me pull my camera back into view here. All right. I am so excited about this. We call it SkyOps. And we're going to release these in modules. So this is SkyOps Search and Rescue. And I like to say, you be the hero, right? And the way this will work is really, really simple because one of the things that was really important to me from a design perspective here is that we build it in a way that does not require a significant career investment, right? I look at the career add-ons that are out there. They're awesome. No complaints about any of them, except for me personally, I don't like the long hours investment needed to build up to a point where you can actually do stuff like this, where you can sit down and do a really cool mission. So I've been using this term sit and go. We want sit and go missions, right? You sit down, you fly your mission, you're done. There's no prerequisites. There's no, certain amount of career training that you have to achieve in order to have fun. So that was one of the prerequisites with this. Literally, you sit down at your flight sim, you start it up, you tune in 122.11 on your radio, and you say, "I'd like to pick up a mission, please." That's it. That's how you start. And this is where it gets really cool. It works in MSFS 2020 and 2024. X-Plane users, we hear you. We'll get there for you guys as well. There's no career needed. This is sit and go, right? You can fire up a mission anytime you want. But here's where it gets really, really cool. Every single mission is AI generated, and every mission is unique. Pause on that for just a second, because the downside to pretty much all of these other add-ons and campaigns is that they're finite, right? Even in the marketplace, when you buy, these packs, you're buying one mission or two mission or three missions or whatever it is. With what we're doing, everyone is AI generated. Everyone is unique. But here's where it gets really cool. You can fly out of any airport, anytime, anywhere in the world, and the mission will actually be custom designed by the AI to match the season, the terrain, the aircraft you're flying. Everything comes together. You just spawn at your favorite airport, tell it you want to pick up a mission, and bam, it will pick something, create the scenario, and deliver it to you, including, by the way, object injection at the incident site. So the AI is actually selecting what the AI is actually designing the incident site for you, right? So an unlimited number of missions. In fact, I sat down the other night and I did the math on how many possible missions there were, and it's in the trillions, right? So you can do these again and again and again and again and again, and you'll never run out of combinations. And that's just search and rescue, right? So search and rescue is just the beginning of all of this. We'll be releasing more modules for SkyOps, things like VIP transportation, and a number of other things that I probably won't get into here that we're thinking about. But guys, this is everything that I was sort of hoping the mission system could and would be as the flight sim evolution continued. So the big question is, when will this be available? Let's see. Oh, I'll answer questions in a second. Sorry, sometimes I get distracted by the questions over there. The big question is, when will this be available, and how much does it cost and all that? Well, I'm proud to say that we're only going to charge you $100. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It's available with your SayIntentions premium subscription. There's a significant amount of AI and voice generation that goes into these. So, the cost to create a mission is non-zero. Definitely, it costs us money every time a mission is generated. But that's the beauty of the subscription model, is it's all baked in, right? You just fly all the missions you want. It's all unlimited. You're good to go. So SkyOps is included with your SayIntentions.ai premium subscription. unlimited missions, do whatever you want, and enjoy this. The next question, of course, is, when? And the answer is right here. How about... I had a voice sample there. How about, here's our release schedule. SkyOps Search and Rescue will be available in alpha preview today. And for those of you who aren't familiar with this, that means that our partners will be able to start playing with this today. Give me a couple hours after we're done here. Sometime this evening, I'll have this turned live, and you'll be able to call 122.11 and say, I'd like to fly a mission, please, and it'll all work. So, partners, you get this now. Everyone else, by the way, the reason it's available now is because it's not quite done yet, but it's pretty close. We expect a relatively fast release cycle on this one because it's mostly finished. So we'll be releasing this into beta on our experimental branch on or before December 24th. I'm actually hoping to release it significantly before that. That means that it'll be available to everyone to use by the end of the year, right? And again, we'll do everything we can to sort of accelerate that release schedule for you. But if you're a SayIntentions partner, you'll be able to start playing with this and flying with this later today. And then everybody else, you're going to get this here in, I'd call it 2 weeks or so, right? This will be ready for you guys to start doing it. Again, I'm going to try to accelerate that schedule for you. That's it. That's what we've got. Very, very excited about our SkyOps add-on now. This is groundbreaking. There's nobody doing anything else like this. And, we hope that this sort of raises the bar, sets a new standard on how missions and careers could work by leveraging the power of AI to bring these in so that you're no longer, we love that term, on rails. Your missions and things like that are no longer on rails, right? These are completely unscripted, wonderful role-play scenarios, playing right into the heart of what AI is really good at and bringing that directly into your simulator. Very, 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 very cool stuff that we're doing. Questions, I'm happy to answer them here if you've got them. Here we go. First question, does this mean we'll have to learn how to fly a helicopter? Actually, that is a great question. The answer to that is no. The mission generation is aircraft specific. So if you're in a Cessna 172 and you call and say, I'd like to pick up a mission, please, it knows that, and the mission that you get will be something that a Cessna 172 could reasonably fly in that area. And what I mean by that is you may end up doing a search mission, not search and rescue, but search, and then, of course, you would report back if you find the incident. So, no, you don't actually have to learn to fly helicopters in order to use this. It's pretty cool. All right, here we go. I cannot wait to see the hallucinating AI rescue missions for snowboarders in downtown San Francisco. That's funny. Yeah, maybe. No promises that our AI doesn't hallucinate a little bit on that one. Can you get new calls randomly waiting at the heliport while doing your flight checks, etc.? You might get bored doing that. I'll have to think about that one. Think of a way we could potentially do that. But it's meant to sort of simulate that feel. Jump in your helicopter when you're ready. Call and see if there's a mission, and it'll build one for you, basically in real time there. Will we need input from first responders, medical providers? Sure. If we're doing something that's not quite right, we'd love to get it cleaned up so that it's as accurate as possible. Will it integrate with Neofly? No, although I'm wide open to the possibility if we can think of ways to do that would make it interesting and useful. Missing boat search mission. Yes, that's actually in there as a potential mission that you could get. And when I say, by the way, that we take the geography into account, if you spawn a helicopter in Sedona, Arizona, you're probably going to get, a mountainous rescue, right? Something in the forest or the canyons, rock climbing, that sort of thing. If you spawn, off the, and by the way, if you spawn off in Jackson Hole, Wyoming in the middle of the winter, you're probably going to get, a snowmobile rescue. If you, by the way, I'm saying probably, there's thousands of scenarios, but if you spawn, in Fort Lauderdale in the middle of the summer, you might get, a search and rescue mission for a boat. So all of this is, again, it's taking the season into context, your local area into context, the terrain, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, it's really, really, really interesting. Will there be AI objects, flares, rescue vehicles for the missions? You know what? Let me show you this again. I want you to see. This is so cool. Look at this flare that we have at the end. I know. You know what? Watch this again. I want you guys to watch this again. Because I think it's so cool. So watch.
An overdue snowmobiling couple has been reported missing in the Yellowknife area. The couple was last seen heading towards Cinnamon Island about 36 hours ago. Their cell phone briefly pinged a tower in that area about 30 minutes back. Rough heading is 335, somewhere around latitude 62.51 and longitude minus 114.2755. And sir, move quick. I'm afraid they've been out there a long time.
Looking good back here, sir. We're good to go. Standing by for landing and deployment instructions. We're deploying now, Chris. We'll locate John and Emily and update you once we're ready to transport them back. 2 adult patients en route to Yellowknife Regional Hospital. Ground transport will be ready upon arrival.
Not quite centered on the screen there. My bad. All right.
Uploading John and Emily to the medical team now. Mission complete.
Copy. Mission complete. Great job, sir. And the family of the couple wanted me to pass along their thanks. I guess that makes you a hero, eh?
There we go. Check this out, though. On the very end of this, I wanted you to see. Let me see if I can make it do it again here. I wanted you to see this flare.
The family of the couple wanted me
I don't
to
know why
pass
this
along
gets me
their
so
thanks.
excited.
I guess that makes you a hero, eh?
Guys, that's a signal flare. It's really cool. That's ours. So yeah, we're doing some really, really cool things with this. Yes, object injection, sim object injection, et cetera, to try to build, a convincing scene there. Yes, you can talk to your crew. Yes, they respond to you. Yes, it all unfolds in its own way, right? So no 2 missions are going to be the same. Your crew, you got that back and forth exchange, very similar to the way you can interact with your cabin crews on the commercial side. This will let you interact with your flight crew, your rescue crew, the same way. It works over the intercom. So, it's for both 2020 and 2024. Yes, works in both simulators. Although I will tell you, the visuals are so good in 2024 when you're doing stuff like this. It's hard to imagine not using 2024 for this. So, multiplayer, we're thinking about ways to do this with multiplayer. Right now, no, but that may be something that comes in the future here. Somebody asked about news on traffic injection. I mentioned that earlier. It's proceeding. The timeline is what it is that we've talked about in the past. We've got an FAQ on that. If you want to go to our website, go to the FAQ, type traffic. There's lots of info on how we're progressing there. So, lots of stuff going on there. Yeah, and we are thinking about the idea of doing sort of multiplayer community-based missions, but that would be a future thing. For now, this is, sit down, fly your mission, you're done. And yes, certainly we will be, I'll look at integrating with, Neofly and, potentially On Air, et cetera. In fact, I'll reach out to On Air and Neofly as soon as we're done here and see what they think now that we've announced this. We may be able to come up with something really, really cool that we can do there. So stay tuned for that. No promises, obviously, but you asked the question. I'm looking at it now going, yeah, that would be cool. So we'll take a look and see what we can figure out. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you again maybe next Thursday, maybe the one after that. I'm starting to rethink doing these every single week. Every other week seems like it might be a better cadence, but for now, you're right. Christmas came early. I'm very excited about this. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week, and yeah, enjoy the fact that our new toys are starting to become a little more stable now with MSFS 2024.